The Crystal Shield. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful village with gardens full of colorful flowers. In the mornings, the golden rays of the sun danced on the river's surface, and the laughter of children mingled with the scent of daisies carried by the wind. But autumn cloaked the village in grey. The clouds grew so thick that the sun's warmth could no longer reach the earth. Flowers bowed their heads. The river flowed with a tired murmur, and even the stones the children painted turned pale grey. Little Knight Leo polished his grandfather's shiny armor every morning with care. His grandfather had been a hero who saved the village from drought years ago, and the villagers still told stories of his bravery. Leo wanted to follow in his footsteps and restore joy to the village. No matter how dark the grey clouds grew, Leo's heart always pounded with determination. One morning, while riding his loyal horse Storm, Leo spotted a familiar shadow on the roof of the old library. Owl Zephyr. Years ago, Leo had found Zephyr with a broken wing, nursed him back to health, and set him free. Since then, Zephyr occasionally visited the village to spend time with Leo. Zephyr flapped his wings. To bring back the sun, you must find the crystal shield in the ice mountain. But you'll need to solve the riddles of the ice giant Frost. Leo leaped onto Storm's back. Storm neighed, "The journey is long, but together we'll succeed." Zephyr perched on Leo's shoulder. "I'm coming too. Remember, your grandfather always said, a true knight combines wisdom and courage." As they entered the forest, they passed through giant mushrooms. Fireflies lit their path and warned, "Beware! You cannot reach the ice mountain without crossing the slippery bridge." The bridge was covered in icy, slick stones. "Storm, let's move slowly and carefully," Leo said. Storm planted his hooves firmly, while Leo tightened the reins to keep balance. Zephyr called out, "Stay to the right. The left stones are cracked." Together, they crossed the bridge with slow, deliberate steps. At the foot of the ice mountain, the howling wind roared in their ears. Zephyr reminded Leo, "Avoid the ice cracks. As your grandfather said, steady steps conquer all obstacles." Leo studied the markers on the path and found the safe route. Inside the cave, the ice giant Frost stood like a colossal statue. Behind him, on a marble pedestal, lay a crystal shield with stars dancing inside. Frost boomed in a deep voice, "Solve 3 riddles to claim the crystal shield. First, it adorns the sky but cannot be touched. Second, it grows silently but vanishes in excitement. Third, it calms the fiercest storm. What are these?" Leo furrowed his brow. Zephyr gently tapped Leo's shoulder with his wing. "Remember, Leo? As a child, you'd gaze at the night sky and dream." Leo's eyes lit up. "Stars. They adorn the sky but cannot be touched." Frost nodded. "Correct. Now the second riddle." Leo thought deeper this time. He recalled the wilted flower fields in the village and his mother's words. Flowers grow with patience, but pluck them in excitement, and they fade. Flowers. They grow silently but vanish when picked. A smile cracked Frost's icy face. Solve the last riddle and the shield is yours. Leo hesitated. Zephyr urged, think of what your grandfather did during storms. Leo remembered his grandfather singing to calm their fears. Songs. My grandfather said, songs soothe the storms in our hearts. Frost laughed thunderously. All three answered. But to claim the shield, you must promise one kindness to your village. Leo returned to the village and lifted the crystal shield. It scattered the grey clouds with beams of light, and the sun blazed again. Children painted by the river, Storm galloped through blossoms, and Zephyr hooted, we did it! We did it! Leo kept his promise. The next day, he gifted every child paint. Walls bloomed with colours, and one mural depicted Leo holding the shield aloft, lighting the sky. The ice giant Frost smiled as he watched from the cave entrance, the clouds above the village dispersing, the sunlight reclaiming its glow. He thought Leo didn't actually need the shield, for true power lay in the kindness within the boy's heart. As the village skies turned azure, Frost sighed deeply and retreated into his cave. He entered one of the grand chambers, pulled a soft cloth from his pocket, and began gently polishing the gleaming crystal sword atop its marble pedestal. Humming a cheerful giant's tune, he paused briefly to glance at the other pedestals in the room. Each held crystal-crafted items, a shield, a sword, a helmet, armor, gloves, greaves, boots, and a long spear in the corner, all waiting to be cleaned. Frost fixed his large eyes on the ceiling and muttered to himself, time to work, old giant. A hero has risen, and soon they'll return.